Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is staying nice and dry and warm on this cold, wet Melbourne day. I can see from the video here, my hair's gone the way of the weather. Unfortunately, that's the nature of hair. It will kind of match whatever's happening with the weather. So today is Thursday, and usually we talk about something in regards to meditation or mindfulness. So today I thought we'll discuss the law of cycles. So cycles are everywhere in our lives. It's the sunrise to the sunset, back to the sunrise. The moon has cycles from the new, waxing, full, waning, back to new. The ocean tides come in and come out in their cycles, and we also have the seasons: summer, autumn, winter, spring, back to summer. That's also a cycle. The way we structure our days, our time, these are all cycles. So the law of cycles teaches us the natural progression of all things and beings. We are so used to the cycles of life, we go through our lives oblivious to them without recognizing their importance. So if you're thinking about your daily life and the fact that you will structure your day, and each day will typically be roughly the same, especially if you have children, getting them to school, you're at your work, you'll have your list of duties that you need to perform each day. It's all a cycle, and we do go by day to day in these cycles, and we're so oblivious to them, and yet they're everywhere. They permeate throughout our whole lives. So many cycles are also spirals within each other. So each day spirals into a week, each week into a month, each month into a season, each season forms a year. However, as we are so used to them, we fail to see the secrets that lie within each cycle. Each cycle has a time of growth and activity, as well as a time of rest. There's birth, growth, subsistence, and rest in each cycle. Once upon a time, the great philosophers of ancient times, they taught this knowledge, and this knowledge was known to the masses. However, we seem to have lost that tangibility with this knowledge. The law of cycles is also known as the law of rhythm and the law of periodical repetition. It maintains that everything flows out and flows in, that all things rise and all things fall. So if you think about it, from all the empires that we've had throughout history, there has been a time where they have been born, then they grew, then they were at the height of their power, and then they fell for another empire to rise afterwards. And so it is with a lot of other things in our life. Our parents gave birth to us, we grew, and now as adults, it is our turn to now birth the next generation of humans. That's a cycle in itself of life, death, birth, rebirth. And nature has that. All throughout nature we have that same cycle of winter time, it's a time of stillness, a time of rest. Spring is a time of birth. Summer is the time of harvest. Autumn is that waning period again before we go back into our rest. So by taking the time to understand the law of cycles, we can make plans at their most opportune times to ensure our hard work yields the greatest success. One of the ways to track your own personal cycle is to know so that you can know when to start your projects and when to rest, when to study, is by utilizing the Kabbalistic life cycle, as it tracks our year from the date of our birth through the planetary alignments and the months of the year. I've just got a small one here. So as you can see, it's got the planetary alignments. It's sun, moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn. Now, for me, I'm in my sun period. My birthday was only a few days ago, so I'm in my sun period. And the sun period is a time of starting a new project, of starting a business is an opportune time during this sun period. This sun period is a time of growth. So this is the perfect time for me to start doing that before I then move into my moon period, which is better off for my short-term deals. And then Mars, as Mars is typically known for, Mars is typically associated with war, but it's also a time of passion. It's also another good time to start a new business or a project that requires a lot of dynamic, powerful actions, because you can get so that Mars energy will permeate through. Mercury is obviously best known as the communicator, and so this is the best time to communicate, whether it be through business dealings, legal dealings, relationship dealings. This is the opportune time to have it, and so forth. And you keep progressing round and round and round until you're back to your sun period again. And so you cycle through each year. Each year there's a new cycle. Each year you keep going and keep going until, and then I can't get my tongue around this one. And then there's the cycle of every 7 years is a new cycle as well, which spirals out from the yearly cycle. So those yearly cycles spiral out to the every 7 years cycle. And so we go through our life cycling out from each day, from each hour to each day, to each week, to each month, to each year. And it's just knowing where you are within your cycle to be able to make the moves you need to make in order to grow and expand how it is you're wanting to grow and expand. And this is also an important cycle to know when it comes to manifesting those goals. Is it the most opportune time for you to leap forward? Or is it the most opportune time for you to just take some time to rest? And so knowing those cycles and where you sit with those cycles is incredibly important just in your day-to-day life. So I hope that you find this video just offers a little bit of information in regards to it. It is a far more complex topic of conversation than I can cover off in these short videos, but we'll most likely revisit this a bit later on in time as well with another aspect of it. But I hope you all stay dry and safe today, and we'll chat soon. Bye.